Welcome back. Greater precision through smaller incisions. St. Francis Hospital and Trinity Health of New England have a new cutting-edge robotic surgery system.
Yeah, it's called the Da Vinci 5, and it's a state-of-the-art system that can result in shorter recovery time, reduced risk of complications, and improved patient outcomes.
All sounds good. And joining us here to tell us all about it is Dr. Stefan Kachala. He is the Chief of Thoracic Surgery at St. Francis Hospital. Welcome, doctor.
Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Thank you.
So there are many iterations of this Da Vinci. This is number 5.
This is the 5th one, the latest one, and thanks to the leadership and the vision of Trinity Health and St. Francis, we have this ability to bring this new technology to our patients.
So for the patient, what does it mean if you have your surgery done with this?
Excellent question, because the first question people have is, are you actually even in the room, doctor? And so, yes, think of it as bringing to bear all those things that you said in the beginning. So we're able to have more precision, less blood loss, less pain. If you keep using the same protocols that you had in the past, but using like a new hammer, what does that do for the patient, right? So we're trying to bring to bear, how can we leverage this technology for those better outcomes? So what does it mean? Well, it means before we were still doing things the old-fashioned way, keeping the patients in the hospital for longer periods of time. Honestly, it was my own patients who asked me, doctor, why do I need to be in the hospital for 3 to 5 days now? I feel great the day after surgery. Wow. So this was patient-driven. I checked the literature, called up my colleagues, and I found that some of them were actually letting people go the next day after lung resections, which initially was a little bit of a challenge to me as well. Finding it was safe, finding that if you follow these ways and leverage this technology to really extract the most from it, and then your patients are benefiting, right? We don't want to compromise safety in any way, but now we're using that technology led by better patient care, better outcomes, better results.
And you guys were one of the first in Hartford to get this.
That's correct, yes, with the DV5. Now, you can't keep good stuff from everybody, but we've had that added experience of being the first in the market with the DV5, and so we're trying to leverage that in every facet.
Which is really good for you.
This can be used in a bunch of different procedures, whether it be thoracic, gynecological, bariatric, I mean, all different applications?
Yeah, I'm not the only surgeon using it at St. Francis Hospital, absolutely, but I've been fortunate from a thoracic perspective, also as the chief of the robotic steering committee, making sure, advocating for my fellow surgeons, saying, hey, we really need this technology. The leadership saw the need, and now we have it, and it's great. So yes, from a thoracic surgery, lung resections, also esophageal surgery, bariatric surgery, any discipline that benefits from the use of robotics is making use of the DV5, and so we're really excited.
Is it difficult to learn how to use? I can't even imagine operating a robot. Yeah, I mean, is it hard?
There is a learning curve. It is not simple plug and play. I'm always amazed by my children when they're playing the newest video game. I sat down, there was one video game I tried to keep up with them.
Right.
So there is an immersion, but I found that over time, you're looking for how can I use this to deliver that better care? How can I be more observant? So the DV5 has this new feature of force feedback, actually allowing you to feel, right? Before there's this, well, you're not at the patient's bedside, you're using this device, but now it's transmitting that feel to your fingers at the device. So there's a greater linkage to yourself at the patient. So it is a little bit of a learning curve, and it takes some time. But once you're that, I will say that it allows that greater precision to do even more advanced cases robotically. So whereas before we were making big incisions, the old-fashioned thoracotomy, and now I'm telling patients, well, it's about the size of my finger.
That is remarkable.
Yeah, that is really incredible. It really is. So this is, I mean, kind of the best of both worlds, because we want a human, right? So we have a doctor who has all this experience like yourself, but then you have the cutting-edge technology to help so that everything is so precise that we heal faster.
Right, right. And I don't want to lead to believe that I'm the only person there. I have an amazing team at, whether it's my office team that we're really trying to encounter the patients where they're at, develop that understanding, and then my operating room team, and then the nurses on the floor and the rest of my teammates there. So really trying to kind of envelop that patient, that the OR is a big focus of it, but that part from the first time you meet us, the day you're going home, to the times we're greeting you as a lung cancer survivor, like really trying to bring that all together there. So,
in closing, you love what you do, don't you?
I do. I'm really blessed to work. I know you had my colleague, Dr. McGee, here on recently.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he and I and the rest of the thoracic oncology team really share that desire to really just provide the best patient experience possible.
That's great. Thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, doctor. All right, to learn more about robotic surgery at St. Francis Hospital, please visit Trinity Health of ne.org/robot. You can also follow along on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at St. Francis CT.